Chapter 1. The man lay on a sterile hospital bed, the rhythmic beep of machines a faint echo in his ears. His hands, once deft enough to unravel empires with a single whispered rumor, trembled weakly. He had been a puppeteer of the modern age. CEOs crumbled at his advice, elections bent to his subtle nudges, entire nations danced to the chaos he sowed. All while he hid behind the mask of a bland, unassuming consultant. No one ever saw him coming, and that was the beauty of it. As his vision dimmed, a final, greedy thought flickered through his mind. I'd sell my soul to play the game one more time. Just one more time. His heart stuttered, then stopped, and the world faded to black. He jolted awake, his skull throbbing as if a blacksmith had taken a hammer to it. The air reeked of sour wine and unwashed flesh. Blinking through a bleary haze, he found himself sprawled across a four-poster bed, its velvet curtains ripped and reeking of mildew. Empty bottles rolled across the floor as he shifted, and then it hit him. A torrent of alien memories flooding his mind. He wasn't himself anymore. He was Damon, son of Duke Alcudia, a laughingstock in this medieval realm of swords and sorcery, a noble-born wastrel drowning in drink and disgrace. He pushed himself up, wincing at the pounding in his head. A tarnished mirror on the wall reflected his new face, blonde hair tumbling in disarray, a handsome visage marred by bloodshot eyes and a dazed stubble. At 17, he was the very image of a noble gone to seed. His fine clothes rumpled but still bearing the intricate embroidery of his station. Good, he thought. The butler keeps me presentable enough to pass, but not so pristine that I can't play the wastrel. A slow, serpentine grin curled his lips. Oh, this is rich. A new playground, a fresh cast of fools to toy with. In his old life, he'd orchestrated the downfall of a tech mogul with nothing but a forged email and a well-timed phone call. Watching the man's empire collapse while he sipped coffee in a corner office had been exquisite. And the politician, that sanctimonious fool, undone by a scandal he never saw coming? Priceless. The thrill wasn't the money or the power. It was the control, the delicious moment when they realized they'd been outplayed, too late to save themselves. Now here he was, reborn as a drunken lout no one would suspect. Perfect. A mask handed to me on a silver platter. Let's see how many I can break before they catch on. A sharp rap at the door snapped him from his reverie. Lord Damon, the Duke summons you at once. A servant snapped, voice thick with contempt. Damon hauled himself up, adopting a slouch and a vacant stare, and shuffled to the Duke's study. Duke Alcudia stood behind a massive oak desk, a formidable figure with steel-gray hair cropped close, a hawkish nose, and eyes like flint. Broad shoulders strained against his dark doublet, adorned with the silver-threaded crest of House Alcudia. Every inch of him screamed authority. Damon, the Duke began, his voice a low growl laced with disappointment. You are a stain upon this house. A son of Alcudia does not wallow in taverns, swilling rotgut with common filth. You were born to a legacy of knighthood. Do you even comprehend what that means? It is courage in the face of peril, the strength to stand for what is right. It is honesty, Damon, speaking truth even when it cuts. It is honor, the sacred bond of a man's word, the shield of his name. Our bloodline has produced knights who rode against dragons, who held the line when kingdoms trembled. And you squander it all for a mug of ale and a harlot's laugh. Shape up, boy. Learn your duty. Embrace the code of our house, or I swear by the gods I'll strip you of your title and cast you into the gutter where you seem so eager to reside. Damon bobbed his head, mumbling, Yes, father. So sorry, father. His face was a portrait of dim-witted remorse, but inside, his mind churned with glee. Knighthood? Honor? Oh, father, you're a walking sermon wrapped in armor, aren't you? The Duke's sanctimonious droning was a goldmine, every word a thread he could pull, every virtue a weakness to exploit. You think you're molding me, but you're the clay, old man. I'll have you dancing to my tune before long. As Damon left the manor, he sneered inwardly. Honor, knighthood, what drivel. But I've got to keep up the act. The old Damon would be sloshed at the tavern by now, So that's where I'm headed. Tedious, but it's the game. Can't slip out of this mask yet. He tugged his cloak against the night's bite and staggered toward the Black Boar Tavern. Steps uneven on purpose, Damon stumbled in. All loud laughs and spilled ale, drawing glares from the grizzled crowd. He was a fixture here, useless, harmless, the noble fool they mocked daily. A cloaked figure slid into the seat opposite him, hood casting shadows over a face with high cheekbones and a thin, cruel mouth. The man's eyes glittered with a predatory gleam. Darting to a goblet, he pushed forward. "A drink, my lord?" Under his sloppy mask, Damon's mind raced. The voice was smooth as venom, the gesture too deliberate. Memories clicked. Baron Baruter, a greedy noble eyeing Duke Alcudia's lands. Poisoning the Duke's idiot son in a tavern. Loud, ugly, shameful. Would crack the Duke's pride and clear Baruter's path. Smart move, Baron. Too bad I'm smarter. Sure thing. Damon slurred, grabbing at the goblet. He caught a faint scent. Bitterroot, quick and deadly. A trick he'd used once at a gala, watching a rival gag on his own toast. Oh, I know this dance. He grinned wider with a theatrical lurch. Damon fell, knocking the table askew. Goblets flew, ale splashed, and the tavern erupted in curses. Oopsie. Clumsy me, he howled, flailing as he fixed the mess. In the uproar, his old sleight of hand swapped the cups, his clowning hiding the finesse. The stranger's jaw twitched, but he raised his goblet, maybe to dodge questions. "To your health," he muttered, drinking deep. Damon lifted his safe cup, sipping with a hiccup. Moments later, the man's face went white. His breath hitched, and he slumped, gone. Bitterroot was fast. Game over, Damon thought, savoring the spike of triumph. He served me death, and I fed it back to him. Beautiful. Damon lurched up, swaying hard. Think I'm done for tonight," he bellowed, too loud, too drunk. He stumbled out, knocking over chairs, giggling. "Gotta get home, for father yells again." The patrons groaned, same old Damon, useless as ever. He hit the door just as the first cry rang out behind him. Outside, propped against the wall, he heard the tavern explode. "He's dead," a voice shouted. "Get a healer," another screamed, raw with shock. Inside, it was pandemonium. Tables shoved aside, boots stomping, gasps and yells piling up. "Too much drink," someone grumbled. "Heart gave out, poor sod," another said, voice thick. No one whispered murder. It was too quick, too ordinary a death in a place like this. Damon smirked, cloaked in shadow. "They'll never guess. Just another night, another corpse, happens all the time. And me? Same old fool stumbling home." He pushed off the wall, chuckling, and faded into the dark. Alone in an alley, he let the act fall. Laughter tore from him, sharp and wild, bouncing off the stones. Dead. By his own poison, and they're clueless. That look. Shock. Then nothing, pure art. His chest shook, his mind electric. This is it, the rush, the high, tricking a man into his own coffin. Back on Earth, I crush titans, but this is alive, bloody, perfect. They're all pieces on my board, and Baruter's just the first. Wait till I choke father with his precious honor. Wait till this world kneels. His laughter soared, a mad song of victory, as he adjusted his cloak and slipped away, plotting the next move.